Hello everyone, welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. Now today is going to be another DLC speculated video, but today is going to be a little bit different because this is going to be a suggestion by a requester. Now, I said it before, if you guys have a request DLC that you want me to discuss, please drop it down in a comment. You could list your own ideas, your own species, attraction, etc., etc. And I could, if it's considered good enough to be in video, I could consider breaking it down. But Colton Todd, this is from Colton Todd. This is not his first rodeo. I actually made a video of his list back. I don't know what video was it, but this is his second request and it is a long one, so bear with me. This is actually going to be okay. So he doesn't have a title of this, but it's a park improvement pack, so I'm going to call it a conservation pack. That's basically what it is, depending on this list right there. So Colton Todd, if you're watching, thank you so much for this DLC request, and we're going to break down this list because it's a very long, in-depth list of creatures, attractions, add-ons, all of that good jazz, and we'll see if it is really a potential enough to be a DLC. Let's just begin with this list. So Colton Todd wrote a huge analysis for this pack. So this pack, the conservation pack, that's what I'm calling it. That's not what he called it, but it's a story-based DLC revolving around improving the park with unique species and new feeders to feed some of said species, and new attraction to boost guest satisfaction. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a huge story. I don't know if it's going to be a campaign. That would be cool. A campaign story to help the dinosaurs that are in need. He also has some unique feeders, which is very interesting because not a lot of people talk about feeders in this game, and we do have some dinosaurs that you might question that they don't necessarily eat the said feeder. So we're going to see what kind of feeders that Colton has bring us to the table, and of course the new attraction, something that we desperately need in this game. The recent attraction we have is the zip line attraction. However, I feel like that is still not enough to satisfy our hunger for some attractions. Now, speaking of attractions, he also lists some of the attractions that could be included in this game. Of course, the Cretaceous cruise, some sort of boat ride or submarine ride, something we desperately need to fit the lagoon. The lagoon that we have right now is very boring, and so adding an attraction for our marine reptiles can add some flavor for it. I do discuss this on my aquatic pack and my wetlands pack of how the lagoon works, or no, not the lagoon, I'm sorry, the boat ride would work. So if you want to hear that detail, I'll put the video on the description down below. He also added a gentle giant petting zoo. This is also that people really want, some sort of petting zoo. And since we don't have the option to turn off threats, we cannot have humans and dinosaurs coexisting each other unless we have that option. But an attraction to have a petting zoo, since we do see it in the franchise, the first Jurassic World movie, should be in the first game. But having a petting zoo, and he put it a gentle giant, so I'm guessing like a Patasaurus or a Montosaurus, any of the gentle herbivore. I don't see a Stegosaurus being one of them unless it's a baby version. But yes, a petting zoo would be good. A hot air balloon. Now these are for the Operation Genesis OGs out there who played the game. One of the first attractions was a hot air balloon, and it basically acts like a tour guide, but in the skies. So yeah, I felt like a hot air balloon would be a good attractions. Now, some of the viewing galleries that I felt like the viewing galleries that we have here in this game is pretty bland and boring. We can't customize it because they already exist. Their models, but let's be honest here, the models for their viewing gallery are basically the same. So why couldn't we just customize our viewing galleries to make it unique and different? Now, he suggested is the log viewing gallery. Now, for those who watched the first Jurassic World movie, we do see the log viewing gallery on the Rexy Kingdom, and I felt like that should have been added in the first game as well. But yeah, we need some sort of a viewing gallery, and hopefully we could decorate or customize how our viewing gallery would we want it to prefer, you know what I mean? And then he also added some aviaries and lagoons, hatcheries where we could hatch baby herbivores could breed. This is really interesting because we have three different types of hatcheries in this game. We have, of course, the dinosaur one, the flying reptiles, and the marine reptiles. Now, again, the baby dinosaurs, I could understand why they didn't want to add it in this game is because that's another animation, another model that they have to make. And now we have already reached 100 dinosaurs. That is a lot of animation to do. So I don't know how baby dinosaurs can work unless they could do it in each separate individual of updates, like 5 baby dinosaurs in one update, and then the next update they could bring in 5 more. But baby dinosaurs, it's gonna be a far fetched to see. Or they could add the dinosaurs that already been showcased in the movie, such as beta or the baby stegosaurus, you know what I mean? But not all the dinosaurs. I'm not sure, but it is a good idea that we should have baby dinosaurs. Planet Zoo have baby animals, so why can't Jurassic World? So those are the attractions that Colton Todd added into this list, and I felt like overall these are some of the attractions that should have been in the first game. The boat ride, the log viewing gallery, and the hot air balloon and the petting zoo. I wonder why it took a while for a boat ride. Now I understand a petting zoo that could be a little bit difficult to program, but the log viewing gallery should have been one of the options. And yeah, the hot air balloon, since we have it in Operation Genesis, I'm not saying that whatever is in Operation Genesis should add in this game, but I felt like a air balloon shouldn't be that complicated to add. But those are the attractions that Colton Dodd added, and I felt like they're really, really good attractions. So let's move on to the next list. Okay, the next one is very interesting. So Colin Todd added new dinosaur feeders. Now this is something I never thought of because dino feeders is nothing in my realm of the like priorities, you know what I mean? I just added them, but they're not really visually what I'm looking for. Usually for these type of feeders, I usually hide them around the habitat so guests wouldn't see, and they're basically a pain to like taking care of because they're not unlimited feeders. But he also had some dino feeders that could work in some specific type of dinosaurs. Now the first one he has in his list is ants in a log. Now this is pretty much like for like smaller dinosaurs who aren't capable of eating these giant raw meat, but I could see like compies, compies could eat in the ants and the logs, or Lystrosaurus, or Dimorphodon, any of the smaller creatures that aren't able to eat like in the meat feeders would eat something like this for the smaller dinosaurs. He also added termite mounds too, again something for the insectivores who are basically not fond of eating meat. Cow feeders for the bigger carnivores. Yes, this is something that I thought that they would have add. Like there was a data frame of pig feeders or cow feeders or sheep feeders or whatever, but it didn't come to be. But a cow feeder would be good for someone like a Giganotosaurus or a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And a crab and shrimp feeders for some of our pterosaurs. You know, not all pterosaurs eat fishes, or like their teeth or mouth aren't function to eat some these raw fish, but they need some sort of plankton or little shrimp to feed on, those are really good dino feeders, and I hope we do add some more dino feeders in the future of this game. So I actually agree with some of these lists. And now we're gonna come to the meat of the matter of this DLC is obviously the creatures that are going to be in this pack. He added 5 creatures and we're gonna discuss them each individually. So we're going to start with Concavenator is going in for sure. I'm 100% confident. I will eat my words if that doesn't happen. Frontier knows how popular this dinosaur is. Everybody wants Concavenator in this game. I'm gonna say it, 2023 Concavenator is going to be in Jurassic World Evolution 2. One of my most requested dinosaur, I really want the Gigantoraptor. It's basically an Oviraptor but on steroids. I could see the colorful skin pattern with this dinosaur, so I think it's another most well requested dinosaur, especially how popular it was in prehistoric planet. More feathered dinosaur as well. So Mononychus, I could see it coming in. Yeah, I agree. A very unique version of the Ceratopsian Ionosaurus. We haven't have any of the Ceratops that actually look like that, so I don't mind having Ionosaurus in this game. More Ceratopsians the better, right? Another well-requested pterosaur, the pterodastro. Now, this is what Gonzalo is referring to for the shrimp feeder. Pterodastro doesn't have the carnivorous teeth or that type of beak that you see them eating fish, but more like small little plankton and shrimp. So this is going to be something unique that we could see if Frontier is going to add a unique pterosaur such as the pterodastro. But that's his list. There's 5 species in this list. Now throughout the pack that we have, we don't get more than 4. However, I did mention that that we're gonna have more DLC, so during down the line we don't know. There's no agenda that's going to be 4. That's what we see so far. Hopefully there's one DLC that will break the mold and have 5. But this is a really good list for Colton Todd, and I really want to discuss it. I felt like this is all what we need in some sort of items or attractions or even dinosaurs that Jurassic World Evolution desperately need. So thank you Colton Todd for this wonderful DLC pack. And guys, if you have an idea that you have in mind, please comment down below and I will consider making a video while giving you guys a shout out. But this is it for me. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to support me, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do Jurassic World Evolution 2 videos as of now. I'm thinking about branching my content, possibly playing other games, but for right now my goal is to reach 300 subscribers by the end of the year. So hopefully we're gonna get there. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm so glad that you guys actually like this video. But again, this is it. Have a great day. I totally forgot how to do my intro. But guys, I'll see you in the next build.